Generation gap. The difference in values and attitudes between one generation and the other, especially between young people and their parents. Basically, what is the reason behind this generation gap? Is it good to have such a gap or the other way around? Is it something that can be taken casually or a hidden problem? Let's find out with our guest in today's episode. Amazing morning, listeners. Here is Giridhar, and you are listening to the podcast Giridhar's Garady. Today, we have someone who is smart, silent, handsome, and a munificent personality. He keeps himself updated with the latest technologies. His love for bikes only kept growing along with the time. Also, a movie buff by choice. He is welcoming the guest for today's episode, Murali. Hi, Murali. Welcome to Giridhar's Garady. How are you doing today? And how do you feel like being here on this podcast?
Hi, Giri. Hi. Yeah, I'm doing good. Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity. And you are doing so much good things. I really appreciate you. And thank you for the opportunity you gave to me. It's it's really good to be here.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. So, Murli, tell me, according to you, what is this generation gap all about?
The generation gap is something that we can see as a third person, and also we can feel it if you are in a middle of conversation. It can be with your siblings, it can be with your parents, it can be with your elder people, it can be with friends. Any kind of any kind of during any conversation we can feel that generation gap, and we may not we need not to consider sometimes we need to consider sometime, and that's what the generation gap it will happen when two people with two opinions within themselves. So this kind of thing happen, that's where the generation gap occurs.
Okay, that's great. In fact, you have changed the general definition of a generation gap. That's good to hear that you came up with a new definition of this generation gap. Okay, so Murli, tell me, how many years difference can be considered as the generation gap, according to you?
Yeah. So gap can be between a father and son,
Mhm.
between a son to his grandfather. So it can be even with the same age group also. So there's no age. There should not. There is not a criteria that the age should be there. So generation gap is something like two different cultured people or two different. Some region people, there can be a generation gap. It usually father and son. Yeah, that we can consider if you are asking about the age, years of difference.
Okay, okay, yeah, got it. So, what are the factors that contribute to this generation gap?
Um, Factors in the sense, as I said, is the age is the one factor where father may have some other view and son can have another view. So
Mhm.
age is one factor, and
Okay.
the communication should be there. Whether if one person is not able to understand the other's conversation, that communication, if that occurs, then that would be also a generation gap. He would be having some
Okay.
other view and he won't be able to understand him. So that would be one of the gap that will be there. And
Okay.
culture wise also there are that is also one of the factor, one coming from the western side and one not having that proper uh, the fashionable kind of thing. He won't be able to understand that, and this guy is very much modern, so that also one of the factor that we can consider it as a generation gap, right?
Oh, wow. Great. Great. So, any personal story or experience that you can share with respect to this generation gap?
Um, I don't remember exactly, but daily we experience this kind of generation gap with interacting
Mm-hmm.
with people around us.
Okay.
If you consider a day, if you interact with someone who is your sibling or who is your friend, he would be having some other opinion on the topic, and I would be having some other opinion. So that there occurs the generation gap, and
Okay. Okay.
he would not he would not understand me, and he would not take me as correct, and I won't be accepting his
Opinion.
decision, opinion, his decision or opinion. Yeah. So yeah, there would be some gap that can arise in between us. So daily we observe in this generation gap. So there are no certain incidents that I have that I remember. But obviously, when we go to elder people,
Okay.
we may not have some time patience of listening to them, and
Okay. Yeah.
we may end up in a hurry, and we consider them to end the topic whatever we are discussing with them. So
Yeah.
those kind of things that had happened to me, but I feel myself guilt about that. Why I was not there, why I hadn't spent that much time with them, since they are elder to me. Also, they have those times are very very precious to us, because there won't be people like such elder people will not be there to explain to us if you don't consider these opportunities. So
Correct.
I feel sometimes guilt about that whenever I got to go hurry, or I don't be patient enough with them.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So now that you spoke about your personal experience or story, and you mentioned about listening to our parents and grandparents and their ideologies, let me just add a follow-up question to this. Like, which one do you think is a way better? Is it our earlier generations, maybe parents or grandparents' ideology, or our generation thoughts? And why do you think so?
Yeah. So earlier generation ideology is way better than us. But if we have the earlier generation knowledge and those ideologies with our latest technologies having in sync with our latest generation guys, so if that is a good combo actually. Uh,
Yeah.
they will be having the information about the latest technology, but earlier generation people are way better than us, because in terms of
Okay.
the life they have led is way better than us, because we have such a cool life. We don't have anything like uh, uh, what we say, if there is a day in the earlier people used to have lot many works to do, but nowadays we in this generation the child is not growing well actually. They haven't gone to places, they haven't played well on the grounds.
Yes.
They were never walked to and fro from home to the school.
Yeah.
Earlier generation they used to walk nearly 5 kilometers or 10 kilometers daily, two times,
Yes.
coming to
Correct.
home, to school to home, like that. So nowadays, even a walk from nearer places, also nearer places also they are not doing nowadays generation guys. So they
Correct.
don't. This is one of the small thing, but there are a lot many things that we can consider with the earlier generation guys. The old people have many more things that we can share their knowledge. No, no, we can get the knowledge from them actually.
Correct. Oh, so you would like to conclude that it is the earlier generation's ideology that is way better than us.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, great, great. So, Murli, what is the role of these technological advancements our Facebook, Twitter, Instagrams, the social media in detail? I mean, in specific, with respect to this creation of this generation gap, do you think they play a major role in creating this generation gap?
Yeah, in a good way, if they use it, then it is very much useful because earlier they didn't have any such kind of thing that we can communicate with the far people. But nowadays, everyone is very closer in this social network, very closer. That's why they feel to be alone. In a way, we can
Yes,
say that
correct.
they are so much packed up with these social networks. So if we use this social network nowadays, social network to fill it can fill the generation gap very much well. uh, we
Oh,
have to
okay.
be interacting with the elder people, and we have to interact with everyone. We should not confine to any some kind of groups. We should feel as all as one, and if we do in that way, we can fill this generation gap if you use our latest technologies like social network and all.
Oh, okay. Wow, that's great. Super cool. So, is it good to have this generation gap, Murli, or is it like the other way around?
Um, yeah, if we have the generation gap, that is not an issue. But if there is a if we consider in a house there are few people, father, son,
Mhm.
brother, sister. In between these family members, housemates, there shouldn't be any gap. Actually,
Yes,
they should be talking each other very happily and without any disturbances in between them. So they
correct.
should be able to share their views. They should be able to accept others' other words also, and
Yeah,
these should be ongoing. If they are stuck up with something, so they will end up not talking with them. So they won't talk much, and that won't be called as housemates, and that house won't be happy going in long run.
true.
So this gap should be there, but for some time, but not for the longer period. And they should not keep anything, any feelings in inner them, inside them, and it should not be carried forward.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you. So, Murli, do you think that we can take this generation gap casually, or do you think that it is a kind of a hidden problem?
Yeah. It depends on the situation. If we consider a problem as a small thing, then it won't be happen. It won't be anything bothering. But if we consider the problem as a large screen in the large scale, if you consider it, then it will definitely whatever it may be because of the generation gap. It may be because of something else also. It is a big problem. So we have to consider life as a very easy way. We should not take it
Yeah.
hard, and whatever others are talking about, we should consider and we should respect their words. We should not take it in other way and ruin our lives. Actually,
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
that's what I feel. Generation gap can be taken casually. It is not any problem in any way. It shouldn't be any problem anyway.
Oh, okay, absolutely. Okay. So, Murli, lastly, just one message for our listeners with respect to generation gap.
Yeah. And nowadays, life, whatever it is, what might be tomorrow may happen. It may not happen. No one knows because of the pandemic situations that we are facing. So
Correct.
we should take everything very casually, and we should speak with everyone around us. That they are confined to only one room, and they are sitting inside four walls, and stucking up there itself. They are not speaking with the neighbors, they are not speaking with the relatives, they are not speaking with their own siblings. So that shouldn't
Yeah.
happen. Everyone should talk with each other, uh, though they are far away, though they are nearer to us. So at least talk to the people who are near to you. Have your own expressions, have your feelings come out of you, and
Okay.
that will definitely clear all of our gaps, whatever it may be, generation gap, whatever there is between these people, between those two people. So it will come out, and it will go like anything, and everything will be very much happier than it was before.
Correct. Correct. Well said. I appreciate you, Murli, for that strong and detailed message. In fact, mm, that's an awesome message that you have delivered. All right. So, thank you so much, Murli. But before we wind up, let's have a short yet sweet rapid fire round. What do you say?
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Okay. So, here's my first question: 20th century or 21st century?
uh, 20th century, but I haven't experienced that much because it was my childhood. So 20th century, I would like to experience it if it comes.
Okay, that's a wise answer. Great. Tamarind rice or biryani?
Tamarind rice.
Okay, but why so? You don't like biryani?
Tamarind rice is a when my grandmother cooks it, it tastes very well than biryani.
Oh,
It can't be compared with biryani.
okay, great. So, okay, got it.
Yeah,
Fine. All right. Doordarshan or Star Plus?
Star Plus. I never watched Doordarshan, but Star Plus.
Okay. Landline phone or mobile phone?
Landline phone. You will not get out of the signal.
Okay. Sleeping chair or couch?
Couch.
Okay. Lark or night owl?
Sorry, what is a lark?
Okay, lark is just the opposite of night owl. It is like used for someone who usually wakes up in the morning early. But night owl is someone who actually doesn't sleep over the night and they sleep
Oh, okay.
during the early morning or actually in the mornings.
In that case, lark. I would like to be lark, but I am night owl.
Yeah, same case with me, of course. Okay. Village or city?
Village.
Okay. Government school or private school?
Government school, but I haven't been in government school in my past. But government school, I like it.
Okay. Stage drama or theater cinema?
Theater cinema.
Okay. Girdhar or Murali?
Yeah, Giridhar. Um, I don't say my name, but I can say proudly that it's Giridhar because you
Okay.
inspire us in lot ways. So yeah, Giridhar.
Okay. Thank you. That's so nice of you. Thank you so much. All right. So thank you so much once again for joining us on the show, Murali. We look forward for your participation once again in future. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Giri. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you, Murli. So, guys, here's the end of our today's episode. Do like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'll be back next week with another wonderful guest.